Rogers is an autistic boy. He's 15 years old. He's been missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And everybody has been looking for him. Everybody. He is 5 foot 5 inches tall. He weighs 120 pounds. Sandy blonde hair, and he wears glasses. And again, there is no footprint of him whatsoever.
You think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving.
This boy, I've done told y'all, reminds me of my son that had autism, that is my third son. And he disappeared right down the road from part of where my family lives. And I take all of these cases serious. I am not playing about anything right now.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
I'm not trying to accuse them of anything. I'm trying to tell you how suspicious they are now becoming.
Everywhere you go, you can hear the laughter. Little kids playing, chasing after. Innocence shines bright like a built-in light. With their giggles and smiles, everything feels right. Oh, the joy of little children filling up the air. Their happiness, contagious, nothing can compare. Just watch them run and play, carefree and wild. Oh, the joy of little children.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It is storming here, and you probably will hear the thunder and lightning. Well, let me move this down a minute. You'll probably hear the thunder and lightning because it is wind blowing and knocking like crazy out there. And it just started, so it'll probably be like that for a minute. And I hope it don't knock me out. Oh, Lordy, honey. So we'll get to the good stuff first. Hello, Heather and Janice. Miss Beautiful Grace Paris. Hello. And yep, I put a disclaimer up today. This video is based on personal thoughts, research, opinions, and public speculation. Nothing stated here should be taken as fact unless confirmed by official law enforcement. Lord knows, honey, Smiley don't want nobody to think I'm blaming them. And nobody's proven guilty or nobody's guilty until it is confirmed in a court of law, because you know, the police hadn't come out and said nothing is nefarious going on here, right? So we wouldn't want nobody to think Smiley's saying that. But anyway, I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions. Hey, BMW Coupe. Hello. Happy Saturday to you too. Hello, Victoria Burgess. Good evening. Hello. Patty. Hello. Daniel Berry. Hello. Happy Saturday. And Dawn, let's see who else we got here. Justin. Hello, Justin. Hello. Okay, thank you. And I know what you're doing, just so you don't have to mod. You go in, you go out. No, all that monkey business. Give that monkey a kiss for me, honey. Anyway, I'm teasing you. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate I can't even do it with a straight face anymore. Thank you all for your time. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here at Smiley's World today. I love you all. Dreaming of blue skies. Hello, hello. Kimberly, hello, welcome. Hello, hello. Love you all. And Zipper, hello. Robin, hello, hello. Carmen, good to see you. Christy Smith, hello. Not crazy about crazy lady. That's right. Always taking care of me. Keep it classy. Keep it classy. That's right. And there we go. We need that up just a minute because we fixing to get there. Karen, hello, hello, hello. Robin, Suzanne, Samantha, and YouTuber. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Love you all. Love you all. Cinderella. Hello, hello. Let me see. Let me get down here. A laugh a day. Samantha, Maria S., Trooper's mom, West End. Justin's still laughing at me. Sherry Lynn, I love you all. Nice night, Nicole. Now, if Nice Marie comes in here to tell her she won something earlier, somebody grab her. Lisa B. Always. Groovy. Hello, hello. I think I'm about down here. Let's see. Beverly, Kiki, Samantha, Chemistry Queen, Kentucky Life, Irony Rose. There's beautiful Irony Rose. Sidetrack. Hello, hello. And I think I am down here. Okay. So since it is storming, let's get to what was put out. Let me put my little media stuff. I was tagged in it, so I thought, okay. And I was going to do it last, but again, it started raining and storming and thundering and lightning and all the stuff. So we're going to go to, I'm sorry, not True Crime and Coffee. Sorry. Crime Time Buzz. Crime Time Buzz. We got too many crimes. Too many crimes here. Oh my gosh. We got too many crimes going on. Okay. So, hey, Nat Detective. Can we move on? What's the story? Well, you can move on if you like, but we'll get there when we get there. How about me taking a little bit of sip? How about that? Did y'all all get some coffee and all your drinks and all your stuff today? Because I'm going to need y'all to get all your drinks and all that. Okay? Now, we might get there now. How about that? Okay. If you're impatient, you can come back and watch the rewind, the replay. If you got things to do, bye. Okay, honey. I do this on not Florida time, not Tennessee time, not your time. I do it on my time and my time only. Hey, Kimbo. Hello, everybody coming in. Welcome. Hey, Shorty. Hello. Love you. Oh, and Net Detective and anybody coming in, if you want to give a cash app, I'm taking up cash apps too for my eyebrows. It is Smiley Story. Ha, 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 ha. Hello. Okay, well, that's fine. But you know what? This crime is getting on my last nerve for these impatient people. So I don't mean to be rude to you either. I'll get started when I get started. This is why I got the show and you don't. Okay? How about that? So, and if you don't like it, unsub. I don't care, honey. We on my time right now. This is my time. Now, we're going to get to Crime Time Buzz, and we're going to, I hope we are, share screen. You don't come in somebody's chat telling them what the hell to do. I'm just telling you, that's rude. That's what's rude.
Welcome in, everyone. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you joining me on this Saturday, June
Thank you, Lisa B.
21st.
Thank you,
Happy
Lisa.
Saturday, everyone, and I hope you're having a blessed day. We are discussing Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers today. He was reported missing February 26, 2024, out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, from his mother, who claimed to be home alone with him. The last proof of life we have of Sebastian Rogers, who was 15 at the time and is now 16, is leaving the Texas Roadhouse after having dinner with his mother, who we refer to as KP, at 6:25 p.m. on February 25th. However, buckle up, friends. I shared with you video footage from Texas Roadhouse that reveals a dark-haired man hiding, crouching, lurking by Sebastian's car and the one next to it. Between the cars, is he trying to stay out of camera sight? Is he trying to stay out of Sebastian's sight? Both. But it is very concerning.
It's pretty clear.
Between the cars
I don't
with
usually
green
go
hoodie.
this.
Now I realize that law enforcement came out within hours and said they had identified and located Green Hoodie and cleared Green Hoodie. And we're going to get to that on another video. But stick with me. Why, since this person is lurking and hiding and clearly on the footage right near Green Hoodie, was it not mentioned that there is another individual who they need to identify that is lurking near the car moments before this teenager is never to be seen again?
Thank you, Lisa.
No cry to help the public, no cry out to the public, no information to the public that there are creepers hanging around a teenager's car right before he goes missing. Nothing. But you know what? When we look at this footage, you know why? Because you can see who it is. We can barely see. We see a nose, we see face, we see a widow's peak where the receding hairline is and a little curl that dips down.
See, look at
But
that.
imagine what law enforcement sees, because they had this footage that Dog the Bounty Hunter released months before Dog got it. But if you recall, Dog the Bounty Hunter and At Night did not join this case till months down the road. They got this footage. This footage was already had by Sumner County. I did not hear a plea to the public to identify this man. I heard them race out when Dog pointed out that there was a Green Hoodie in the footage. When Dog and At Night did, they raced out and within hours identified him, cleared him, but never mentioned that there was another creeper around Sebastian's car that they may need help identifying. You know why, in my opinion? Because they identified him crystal clear, in my opinion, transparent, in my opinion.
It is transparent.
They have technology, and if we can see what we can see, they can see that face. They know who the creeper was crawling around, hiding at the Texas Roadhouse moments before an Amber Alert child went missing. Now, I don't have the technology, of course, to do all the clearing up of the images like Secret Service and FBI do. And if they haven't seen this, they will. This is already being submitted to them, because we would never want to look away from someone crawling around the car before a child goes missing.
That's why I put my disclaimer
We
up
would
today.
never not want to consider them a person of great interest to speak to when you can identify an individual. But just in case FBI, TBI didn't see this, we're going to go ahead. I've been looking at it, and I noticed. I've been going through photos of Sebastian's very small circle, because he has a very small circle, didn't have friends. Mom didn't arrange play dates. They didn't do things like that. Okay, his circle was his family. This is clearly a male. So I started going through males in his small circle.
Yep.
And interestingly enough, we have a match. This is someone in Sebastian's very small circle. 8 days after Sebastian went missing. Look at the length of hair here in the back. Look at this person's length of hair.
Right there. That's what she's talking about.
hit that thumbs up, please. We are going to get into it. This is Crime Time Buzz. This is speculation theory, my opinion, based on things that have been released to the public. We are observing Texas Roadhouse footage from Hendersonville, Tennessee, the moments before Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared. Thank you so much for being here, and let's keep going and get to it. So I started going through the images, and I went to the first interview and found something that shocked me. Yes, we can tell this person has brown hair. We know it doesn't look like a woman, looks like a man. Brown hair, has a very obvious widow's peak and a little curl that dips down.
It's okay, Sherry.
Now remember,
that's what
we're looking at February 25th.
He was so convinced
because people changed their haircuts
and
in
FBI
16 months. So this is 8 days later in an interview, and I looked and look at this. Dark hair, check. Long in the back. Look right here. Look right here. Check. Widow's peak. Widow's peak. Widow's peak. Check. And the ever identifying swoop down of the curl here. Check. Check. This person, in my opinion, we know who he is. CP. In my opinion, it checks. But I thought he wasn't in Hendersonville. I thought he wasn't at the Texas Roadhouse. But many of us have thought we have spotted him.
Now, before I come on here, I don't know if Millie's in here or not. She may not. I told her and I told Janice, I said, the only thing I can't tell, and y'all may as well, and I'm going to point it out now, on this person, whoever it is. I mean, I see they have facial hair, of course, but I can't really tell they have a thick beard. I can tell they have some sort of beard, but I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know if they have a mask on or not. I don't know. So again, y'all don't ever see me put up you don't see me going around putting up the disclaimers. Okay, you just don't. But today I did put up a disclaimer. I do think this is going over. And something else you don't see Smiley do, even though I respect those who do it, you don't see me going around with the flashlight videos. You don't see me digging into those. I mean, all the big creators have. Justin has. Mr. E has. Mob Crew. And I admire all of them. And Justin is my friend. I don't get it. I mean, I don't do that. I don't, because I don't know what these are. Bullhorn Betty's done it. They're all my friends, but I don't, and I trust them, but I don't. Sometimes you can see things that are not there. However, the only reason that I'm showing this one is because I can personally make out a face. Is it Chris? I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. I'm saying I see a face. I see somebody crouching beside the car. Oh, no. I know you will. I'm not saying that. It's just like some people can't read a map, Justin. It's like some people can't. I'm just saying that's why I don't get into all that stuff and bring that on my channel, because I don't want to make mistakes and bring false information to my viewers, because I don't understand how all that works. And I'm not saying it's not. I can listen to y'all all day long and I can have my thoughts and opinions. And I can understand it when y'all point it out to me as an audience. But as a creator, I can't bring it to y'all. Do you understand what I mean? Do I believe that it's going to be important to the case? Absolutely. Yes. But I can sit there and I can go, it looks like they're putting a person in the trunk and it looks like there's 5 people involved and all that. But I don't want to put no false information out because I don't know. But was it flashlights and stuff? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I can see that. No. Yeah, I understand. You don't have to sit here and swear to me, honey. I believe it. I just don't know how it works. And unless I know how it works, you know what I'm saying? So the only reason that I'm bringing this one out, and not so much that I know how this one works, but I can see there is a face there. If that makes any sense to anybody. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the only thing. And I do think it is worth seeing. You know, I hope that makes sense to y'all. So that's the reason that I put the disclaimer up, because I'm not definitely saying this was Chris there, but it is mighty interesting. He is the only one that nobody has come out and said, well, here's his time card. Well, here's my time card. Well, here is this, that, the other. I'm just saying. So is it him? I don't know. And I don't mind telling y'all I don't know. But Lisa, I'm like you. It is mighty interesting. It is mighty interesting. And it's mighty interesting to me on this Texas Roadhouse video why Katie and their private investigator, when Dog put it out, absolutely had to go down there and see what else it was. Now, I could be wrong unless Dog jumps in here and says different or otherwise, but to this day, I still don't believe this is the full video we got. I just don't. I mean, I think there's more. And it's not people. Anybody who said it. I don't care who said it. I'm going to say people, okay? We all know who said it. For the love of God, it is one video. One. Not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's one video. There was different parts that came out at different times. Okay. Use a little common sense, will you? Just saying. And again, I don't know. But full credit, I was going to say full-time credit. Full credit goes to Crime Time Buzz. So I don't know. Let's turn this back on.
In our opinions. And friends, there's no question anymore in my mind. This is concrete. This is true. This is before our eyes. No one can call him a trash truck. No one can call him a trash truck. This is real. This cannot be denied. This should not be looked away from. This should not be ignored.
I thought he did too. I think it just
maybe
came
it
out.
hasn't been. Maybe
so.
This person isn't about to be in custody, has been interrogated. They know he was looming around the vehicle before a child went missing and claimed as his alibi not to be in town. That in itself is suspect as well.
Hey, Rap.
So you take someone from the family.
That's what I'd like to know.
The small circle caught crouching, hiding around the car.
Whoever it was.
Hoodie, which we're going to get to later. And another individual in the vehicle next to KP's car that Sebastian stands right in front of, looks at that car for a long time before he turns to go to his vehicle, and the person inside that car waves to Sebastian. All while this creeper here is creeping along the cars, trying to avoid the cameras, and Sebastian hiding, trying to stay hidden between two cars. You tell me, that isn't nefarious when a child is never seen again. This person is proven there, and it's proven the timestamp. This person needs to be interrogated and brought in because he is one of the last individuals to see Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, proof of life, other than his mother. And his mother walked right up to this person along with Green Hoodie and stood there for a long time. There was no fear. There was no worrying if there was a stalker. There was no waiting for them to pass through because they were walking through while she was happened to walking in to get to her cart. No, she walked right up to him with her hands out, and they stood there for a while, and Sebastian never took his eyes off the situation. He wasn't even in the vehicle yet. This will be sent, is going to go far beyond the tip line that it's being sent to, as going to go all the way from Tennessee up to DC. We're going to make sure every elected official sees this likeness, sees the image from the Texas Roadhouse. I could be wrong. It might not be this person. We might have a lot of people with a widow's peak and a curl the day Sebastian went missing.
That is true, Sammy.
Dark hair, everything. Prominent nose.
And see, that's why I don't like to
But it's going all the way from Tennessee to DC. Because Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers deserves it. And if people clearly are caught on surveillance and not being held accountable, we know our letters, our tips will reach one elected official who cares about Sebastian's life and will step in and get to it. This is proof. Lurking around his vehicle. It was a nefarious plot. It was a plan. It was premeditated. And possibly one individual has lied about their alibi, claiming not to be in town. I take this seriously, and I will tell you what, I will not stop. I will not stop. Months later, as I'm going through photos, the individual that I believe matches, we have a match of the creeper hiding around the car.
Right.
They have a new hairstyle.
Right. You can't, Little Red.
A mullet. You can't deny the widow's peak. You can't get rid of it.
See, you can't say absolutely.
Even with your brand new little hairstyle. Here's the widow's peak, and there it is again. And by the way, friends, remember I mentioned yesterday the nose, the nose. And a nice prominent big nose right there. But the widow peak remains in the mullet. This is all going to DC. This is all going to all over Tennessee. And every person who reads it is going to know via accountability how many other people know they're reading it. Because they're all going to be carboned together.
Hey, honey.
Here it is, captured on the footage from Texas Roadhouse, lurking by the car moments before a teenager. But the public has never been told, help us identify this person. Help us. Why? Because in my opinion, they know who it is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it enlarged. I'm so enraged. We are 16 months, I believe. 16 months down the road. And if Dog the Bounty Hunter's team had never revealed this footage, which Sumner County already had, no one would ever have known it existed. And what's so funny is KP never worried about the footage, ever, until Dog's team released it. And Green Hoodie in this surveillance was seen, and she boogied herself down to the Texas Roadhouse during the lunch hour, making a scene, demanding the footage, allegedly from what I've heard from local sources. She was asked to leave. She didn't boogie down to the high school to get Sebastian's things. Her child who's missing, to touch his things that were there, to look at him, to hold him, to see if there was a clue. No, she didn't. She didn't boogie on down to that first vigil. No. The second vigil. No. To North Carolina during the sighting? No. To Bristol during the sighting, which, by the way, she has a relative that lives right there? No. To the bike rallies? No. To the media to scream at the top of the roofs? No. She was worried and didn't want their last name or their house shown when their child was missing. Never racing to search. None of the above, allegedly, in our opinions, have we seen. But yet, when it's covering, well, I'm going to say it.
I have no
But
idea.
yet she'll run to the Texas Roadhouse for footage she knew existed because she
I didn't say
complained
Trump was coming.
that
I don't
Seth
know.
needed to see proof of
I'm
life.
full of Chris now. I didn't say
She
that.
was upset about that. Instead of being a mother enjoying looking at your child again, whom you haven't seen in a while, she was complaining that he wanted to see proof of life. Why didn't you want to see it? And it didn't bother her that law enforcement had it. What bothered her is when Dog's team got it. Now you tell me why. Why did it not bother KP and lead her to the Texas Roadhouse to demand footage when she knew Sumner County Sheriff's Office had it? Interesting question, right? I think that's an interesting question for the Office of Professional Responsibility, and I hope they pose it to Mr. Crackle and Mr. Brandon Carter. But yet, when she knew someone else other than Sumner County had that footage, it was very important to her to see it and to know what was on it. She didn't care when Sumner County had it. But when others had it, she needed to see that footage. Now, why would she need, first of all, two problems here. Wanting to see footage she didn't care about when law enforcement had it, that's concerning. She cares when someone else has it. Like there's accountability if someone else has it, but not if law enforcement has it. Enough that raced her down there. The second problem is she raced down there for the footage, which reveals something was on that footage that she needed to know what they captured. Meaning something was going on at Texas Roadhouse that she needed to know what Dog's team could see. She didn't care what Sumner County could see. Clearly. But she raced in there, made a scene, and was asked to leave, allegedly, according to my sources. Never raced to the school to get his stuff. Never to a vigil. Never to a search. But she raced. And she also raced around that same time, started knocking on neighbors' doors, scaring neighbors, demanding footage. Allegedly, according to neighbors, one family went to a hotel. The other hired a security guard. So she knew what was on this, in my alleged opinion. And she knew who was there lurking by that car. She walked right up to him.
Can't think of
She knows who Green Hoodie is. She knows who was in that car next to her that Sebastian stood right in front of because he knew. And they waved to him and he did not wave back. He was clearly uneasy. He saw the happenings. He saw the plotting. He may have even heard something or seen something on a computer at the poker party. But let me tell you, it is very obvious to me, my friends, and I would love you to leave me a comment. Make sure you put initials if you do. We have a match, in my opinion.
Okay, so that's enough of that. So Raymond, Raymond, I'm sorry. Rap, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. One of my mods might, because we were talking about how much they look identical, and he's not very good either. And anybody else in here might remember, but him and Chris actually do look just alike, and they're not blood. I wonder, I can't remember if they're step brother or maybe, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and actually, I don't remember, but yes, there is somebody else besides him that it could be. Absolutely. That is in the family that looks, that looks similar. And again, even that's not, blood. No, it wasn't Danny. It was. I'm gonna have to think on this one. It might have been Danny, but all of us was saying, "Oh my God, they look so very much the same," but they were not. But anyway, it might have been Danny. Maybe it was Danny. But anyway, so I already was going to tell y'all, not every missing person story starts with strangers. Hey, B in Florida. Hello, hello, hello. And hey, Bo, and everybody coming in. Hello. Oh, yeah. Yes, number two son. So it was the step brother. Daniel. Yes, Daniel. I think it was Daniel. He's the one that's a lot of trouble, right? Yep. Absolutely, in my opinion. Yes. Yep. I think it was Daniel. Couldn't think of his name. I think they do. I think they look identical, if you ask me. But anyway. But yeah, it's not always strangers. And sometimes the danger, as we know, lives right there in your house. And sometimes the silence after someone vanishes tells you exactly where to look. Sometimes it does. You just got to pay attention, right? Oh, enjoy the simple things. You are so sweet. So I get 4 eyebrow pencils. Woo, for 4. Lord, honey, we need 4. I'm going to get 4 all different colors, honey. Smiley's going to learn to play. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Oh, you're so funny. Love you. Thank you. Yes, we need 4. Going for 4, 4. Going for 5, going for 8, going for 12. Oh my God, y'all are funny. Lord have mercy, y'all are something else. But yeah, but Sebastian disappeared, as we know, from his Hendersonville, Tennessee home in the early morning hours of February 26th. February 25th, 2024, and he was reported on February 26, 2024. He was high functioning. Woo! Get them eyebrows tattooed. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Woohoo! Thank you, Lisa B. I'll put that towards my fund, honey. I come on here one day and y'all won't know what the heck happened to Smiley. So Bo said the pixels so slow motion makes it look like a face, but it's not. See, and that's what I'm telling y'all. Smiley don't know how to do all that. I don't know all that. And that's why in my opinion, I can't do all that on this channel. But the way she has it, the only reason is because I can only tell on that it looks like someone to me. So I don't know. And you have to rewind, honey. Smiley done put up her disclaimer and everything. Because I ain't accusing him or saying it is, but it is weird. Have I ever seen KK's grandmother's husband or past husband? No, because they got their stuff all locked down. But I seen the grandmothers. Oh, I did see. I seen the one she married. The one that but that's her mother. I hadn't seen the grandmothers. Have not seen the grandmothers. I seen the mother that she met, when she got married. I can have some of your chin hair. Yeah. Bo, can you give me a hint as to who Green Hoodie is? Suki. But Sebastian was reported on the 26th missing, and he was high functioning. A boy who had has autism. And his world, his whole entire world was structured. It was a structured routine. It was very familiar to Sebastian. So we know he didn't wander off. He was not an eloper. You did? Wait, what? Your lips too? Oh, wow. The lips Botox gone bad for 2 weeks. Really? Oh, wow. I don't know if I want to know what happened. Oh, gosh. Lord, honey. I always wanted to get the eyeliner, but I don't know. I've never did any of that stuff. It scares me. It's scary. I'm scared. I'm scared. But he didn't wander off. And they said that. But he sure didn't have a routine that day. You know, he did not have a routine that day or that weekend. And that's my opinion. The only thing that was off about his routine that day, actually, it was all off that day and that weekend, was his mother made sure that it was off the entire weekend. Now, I think we can all agree to that. That whatever she was doing, she made sure that his entire routine was off. She overdid it. She knew better than to overstimulate him. Made sure, she was overdoing things. She was doing things out of the ordinary, out of the normal for him. But why? Why does she do that? So why does that matter? Also, who lives with him? If Chris was there, if Chris was not there? Because it does matter. In so many of these cases where these kids are missing, it matters. All that's the big elephant in the room. Who was there? Who was not? I'm going to highlight all of you. Thank you, Raymond, for gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Whoever got that gift, please thank Raymond. Thank you, Raymond. Yeah, poor boy. I agree. I do too, girl mom. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, Little Red. What did she say? What did she think I said? What did Little Red think I said? Hold on. Wait a minute. What did you think that I said, Little Red? Hold on. Hold on, Little Red. What are you thinking I said, Little Red? I can't find what you said. Just put it up there again. What did you say, Little Red? What do you think I said? Grace said, Little Red, no disrespect. Smiley didn't say that. If you think I said something, then I need to clear it up. Oh, she said, Grace, she said not Smiley. She said she knows where it came from, not Smiley. What are y'all talking about, though? Oh, okay, not me. Okay, yeah, just make sure y'all get that cleared up, whatever it is. When people say, if you think I said something that I didn't say, you need to make sure and ask me or something, honey, because we need to get that cleared up. I'm just saying. We need to make sure that, because if I said it, whether y'all agree with it or not, right or wrong, in y'all's opinion, if I say something, then I say it. And I pretty much mean what in the hell I say. I'm just getting it out there. Hey, Nana, how are you doing today? Yeah, Lisa, I'm crystal clear in my opinion, or I'm crystal clear with what I say. Nobody has to agree with me. But what I don't want is I don't want people lying on my name. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't say, if you're talking about this Chris thing or this thing, that's why I put a disclaimer up there. I didn't say that's Chris. And I said it on here 2 or 3 times, if that's what y'all are talking about. So let's just get that straight. Don't go running with that. Not y'all, but whoever else. Smiley did not say that that is Chris Proudfoot. And I said it 2 or 3. I know some of y'all come in here late, but I didn't say that 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. Nope. So anyway, let me just, y'all just go ahead and do your chat thing, honey. I'm chat with each other. I'm not going to read you. I'm not going to read your read anymore. I'm going to take care of what I'm doing here. But anyway, Sebastian, back to Sebastian. Katie's the one that messed up his routine that entire weekend, in my opinion. And you know, there was some tension going on there. In so many cases like that, it is important because when there's a tension, and I'm just saying for an example, also there was abuse, it goes unspoken. We know there was some type of abuse because they got 5 CPS reports. And then, for example, it's important because a child might ask not to return to the household. In Sebastian's case, there was and there is unconfirmed but consistent rumors. I'm going to say rumors that he didn't want to go back to his mother's home. You know, because he told others he was afraid. Okay? That someone, you know, I don't know why. I don't know what he told them or why, or if they couldn't get it out of him or whatever. But there's not only Seth, there's been, you know, several things rumored. Okay? But we know that he was disciplined too harshly because we find out by Chris's own mouth. And I know that for a fact, as well as you sitting right here in my chat know that for a fact, because it come out of his own mouth for a fact that his stepdad hit him with a belt. That was talk of the freaking YouTube streets. It blew up like 25,000 balloons. We didn't expect that. That come out of his own mouth. He told it. He got that told to the world. And he sounded like he enjoyed it. Whack, whack, whack. Now, we can't say what happened for sure, but what we can say is this. When a child disappears, the first place you investigate is the environment they were living in and the last person they were with. Now, I do want to say this. Step-parents are not always the villains. They're not. They can be a godsend. They can be a godsend. And when a child goes missing, they're either seeing too much or they've said too little. And in this case, we're just saying Chris has done both. Now, Sebastian's father, Seth, has been begging for truth while others, you know who the others are, has mocked him, disappeared from the spotlight, came back, lied about timelines, changed stories, not only to YouTubers, to mainstream media, you know, America's Most Wanted, all the people out there, Nancy Grace, and still nothing. Dateline, that's right. Still, Sebastian has not been found 16 months later, he's still gone. Can't be found. But we're not going to stop looking, and we're not going to stop trying to find him. We're not going to give up. He's out there somewhere. He is out there somewhere. He didn't evaporate. People don't evaporate. In missing persons cases, the people closest to the child should be the loudest in the search. And when they're not, we have every right to ask why. We, meaning anybody, neighbors, friends, family, social media, news, police, investigators, private eyes, anybody. His mother has completely shut down. Yet to me, that's very, very loud. It's so loud to me, in fact, my ears ring every day and night, and they will not stop. They have not stopped ringing. Because as a mother, knowing me being a mother, not only a mother, but a mother of an autistic son, it don't ring right. It don't. It rings my ears to death. Do you believe a child's fear should always be investigated no matter what the adult says? Because I do. I have no problem with that. I do. In this case, the investigation was, to me, in my opinion, turned into a laughingstock and made Sebastian fear even more, in my opinion, as if he had done something wrong. And it made him feel like he couldn't trust because nobody was coming to his rescue. Right, Cinderella? No evidence is evidence. That's right. We don't know what we don't know. Think about that for a minute, though. Think about that for a minute. No evidence is evidence. Think about that. Think about that. He thought nobody was coming, though, every time he reached out for help. So he just gave up. Because if he reached out, he would always be in trouble or in danger, is the way I'm sure he felt. Y'all, never give up on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He will be found. The truth will come out. Always. We got to keep searching and keep fighting and being the voice for these kids, and especially Sebastian, because he's out there somewhere. And again, my disclaimer, this video is based on personal thoughts, research, opinions, and public speculation. Nothing stated here should be taken as fact unless confirmed by official law enforcement sources. This content is created solely for educational awarenesses and entertainment purposes under the First Amendment. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the streets. Thank you all for being here and spending this time with me. I think Kiki 2025 is going to have a special guest. Y'all all go over and tell her Smiley sent you, because I think she's going to have a guest over there, and I think she's on right now, to be honest with you. So we might be a little bit late, but if you go see, she's got an interesting case she's doing. All right, I'll see y'all and talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.